map. I mean, it really is. This is basically a blank canvas with nothing on it, and then this probably has, I swear, probably I'm gonna say 2,000 assets. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Roll20 would not love to see this map. They would not like to see this one, that's for sure. Ban that guy.
They don't want to know what we're going to do with the Lost Keep.
Oh, I actually am looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to do with that. So.
Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
That would actually be pretty sweet. So, all right, you guys are back at the. You guys are back here at the farmstead at the Full Door Farm.
Can we take the Can we take Lo and the tiger out yet? Or are they still too small?
No, not yet. But as you are riding back in through your northeastern gate, you can actually notice as you're riding through the different crop fields, you can actually notice that you're starting to have bulbs on all of the different vines. So it's looking good. It's really looking good for you guys. From a vineyard point of view, you've got quite a lot of growth as you're coming through this area here towards the top of the gate. You know, coming past one of your slave houses, you actually notice that there's just quite a few bulbs, and it's looking good for it's like she told you last week that everything was going great. And what were your two specialists that you had hired called? What were their names?
Lukey and Dookie.
Lukey and Dookie, yeah, and even Lukey and Dookie was impressed about how the elves were adapting. They are. I was just joking around and said, slaves, but.
Okay, I'm the new girl, so I have to make sure.
You've been here a month. You're not the new girl anymore, so.
Well, with Farmville.
Yeah,
I don't know what they've done here.
Yeah, that's true. And this has no female influence either. It's kind of creepy, actually. With no female influence.
We're bored.
You all have a little girl inside of you.
They all have a little. They've been touched with their inner Martha Stewarts.
It was actually mainly Crow. Let's be honest.
Hey.
Raven was doing quite a bit too. Actually, everybody did.
That's right. I take my dues. This is awesome.
Raven kept killing me with that, dude, I need some more trees. I'm out of trees. And I just gave him like 100 trees. I was like, what the fuck are you doing with these trees?
Honestly, do you know what really massively changed this map, David? What massively changed it is these houses.
Oh yeah, the buildings were awesome.
Oh yeah.
They look amazing. Like, just changed it immediately the second we started placing them down.
Yeah. But, I mean, this was not a map that I created. This is actually a map of the Full Door Farm that I actually found on the Dragon Age forums that somebody had created. This was not a Green Ronin map. You guys saw the Green Ronin Full Door Farm map. That was where we had our first encounter with the Blight Wolves. But yeah, this is unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievable. So this is good. You guys did a fucking hell of a job on it. So. I just had to show it off again because I'm proud of you guys.
By the map building DM too much, can we? We've got to try firing back.
You guys outdid me. That's for damn sure. I mean, you guys laid. It's like you guys put textures down, and then you put textures on top of textures for the depth, and I mean, hell, it was really awesome. So definitely Farmville. That's for sure. We should just rename this from Full Door Farm to Farmville, but I don't think Ventiver.
Previous owners, and to keep good relations with Ventiver, we will keep the Full Door Farm.
Well, I mean, if you guys are wanting to put towers and shit on this place, you guys are gonna just totally take over Ventiver, and they're gonna be the outskirts
and all that kind of stuff around it as well.
Yeah. We'll have to expand the map out a little bit, put some forest around it, and that'd be cool. All right, so you guys get back. Let's see, what's her name? Ishara. Well, it wasn't Ishara. What was it? Ishara. All right. Yeah.
Ishara and Bentley. I believe his name was
Bentley. That's right.
Yeah,
the elder Bentley.
The elder's name.
Bentley and Ishara. That's so freaking good, dude.
and one of the other elves is named BMW, and then we have another one named Ford. Is then one named Toyota.
No, we don't.
I do have to ask you this: what in the hell, Crow, did you name your horse?
I can't remember. I think it was like Buttercup or Princess Sparklemane. One of those two.
Ooh. You
I
know,
mean,
Now we can see who's the one that did a lot of the designing.
Yeah.
well, the 4th edition
Channeling his
game,
Inner chick.
he is. He's.
And it's fun enough, he's the only one playing a male character.
Yeah.
The Philly Gooth.
Oh, when I tip it over, ditch kitty boo.
The 4th
Okay,
edition
so,
game,
So we collect our horses and the horse and cart.
their horse is named Ass Hoofington.
Yep.
The 4th edition game. That's to go along with the banana rammers and all the other good stuff they got going on. So, all right. So you guys basically have Bentley and Ishara handle it. You know, all the other elves. They seem to be happy. They're getting paid. I mean, they're actually they feel like they're champions of the world. I mean, you guys are
Just
really
before we
taking care
leave,
of them.
I actually
So.
approach Ishara and I ask how does she feel that the relationship is between the elves here in the Fuldar farm itself and the inhabitants and the people of Ventiva. Obviously, like, given the previous stuff that went on, like, how does she feel that the relationship is going?
That's a great question, and you know what? I think I'm going to give you an XP bonus for that tonight, because that was a great question, and I was always
Oh
wondering.
my god.
What are you laughing at? Hey,
It's
Missy?
the whiskey talking.
it is.
No, it's deja vu.
Oh yeah. Anyway, that's a good question, and because I was wondering that about a month ago. I'm like, I wonder if they're ever going to ask that. But oh yeah, she says things are much different. Especially after the Rage Abomination was taken out. But I mean, everyone from Colin, but the Warden, he's always had to play the part of neutrality and everything else. But especially Colin. I mean, Colin comes out once in a while and takes care of maintenance around the farm, and she says everything is great, and she says it couldn't be better. And she says that actually there may be some more elves that may need work. So she knows
The
of
elephant army grows.
Well,
several
I let her
other
know
camps.
that, as long as that she is comfortable with who they are, and then she herself and the elves are the ones that are actually in charge of the workforce, so to speak, and the people that are living and working here.
Well, that's just the map we had to work with,
welcome
Tom.
to bring anyone in that she believes to be.
Because they basically just
honest
decorated
and,
over a base
trustworthy.
map. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. She says she'll get them in here eventually. They're Dalish as well, so
And at the mention of that, I turned to Elephane and probably noticed a small smile creep across her face.
Oh yeah, word's getting out that the Dalish are treated really good in Ventivor now. I don't know if a lot of the townsfolk like it, but the elves here at the farm, at the farm said that they love it. So, but there you go. I'll give you a small XP bonus tonight because I was kind of wondering if anybody was going to ask that. So, good job.
I was
So-
actually going to ask it at the end of last session, but we were kind of a little kind of rushed when we came back, and I didn't really have a chance to, so I thought I'd ask it this one.
Yeah, because of that awesome ass golem encounter that I kept missing, and I couldn't kill you guys off. So, yeah.
Hey, I'm sure the roles will turn around at some point. Hey, look at the session
You're
before where
stuck with
we
this.
couldn't roll a perception check to save our lives.
That's how we missed all the freaking slime on the ceiling. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in the middle of that combat. That was great. That was.
We couldn't percept the can if it was on fire.
We didn't even perceive the fact we were actually in the catacombs under the thing. We just had no idea where we were. We just lost. Anyway, sorry.
It is
sorry
called
to
the Lost
Became
Please
dark.
continue.
Oh, sorry, no problem. I love gabbing with you guys. So, All right, so you you guys are all packed up, ready to go. You got your supplies and everything. You got the kitchen sink in the cart there, Crow.
Yep.
You know, this is a pretty big cart. You're not going to be able to pull this around dungeons, though, unfortunately.
I know.
Now, you could probably fit a smaller cart. Exactly. Now, you can get a smaller cart about maybe a third of this size, and then you can, get you some, maybe get Colin and maybe the tanner back in Ventivor to make some shoulder straps for you to pull that thing around the dungeon. But, that'd be pretty cool.
My original plan was just to get a mule.
Well, you got more than it. You have a fucking farm, dude. You have Farmville at your disposal.
I know.
Green Acres, even.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to take one of the mules and a couple saddlebags.
All right. So you have your mule with the cart, and everyone has their riding horses, and you're off. Boop, 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 boop.
Correct.
The mule's name is George Lopez.
All right. George Lopez.
I don't know where that came from. It's the first thing that came to mind.
That was like naming a... Oh, go ahead.
I think that was like an old actor or something.
Exactly, Kadojo.
Or someone from a movie.
He's a comedian. George Lopez?
Oh.
He's a comedian. He had that... no. George Lopez is a comedian, but I was thinking of another show, so... All right.
So you said it would take 4 days to get there, did you say?
What'd you say?
You said it would take 4 days to get there?
It's going to take close to 4 days, yeah. At least 3.5 days.
So we head off whilst it is still early as possible, so we can get as much travelling in before we have to camp up for the evening.
Correct. Alright, so I'm going to put you guys back on the map of Ferelden and get rid of your pretty map. Alright, so as you guys are traveling in a northwestern way towards the west road, you can actually tell this is the time of year that everything is just growing all around you. I mean, it's just beautiful. Everything looks green, everything looks flush. I mean, there's the great scents in the air from the different plants, but I want everybody to just kind of vision, riding through mountains. I mean, it's like I said, there's paths, but it's just it's difficult terrain, but it's beautiful. It's like picture, traveling through the mountains and watching like the Lord of the Rings or something. And I know you're a huge Tolkien fan, Crypt, but it's just envision something like that with just many mountain ranges and tons of large hills.
And fan. I'm just not a fan of the movies that were made about the books.
I know.
Wow.
You guys are doing anything along the way or anything, or are you guys just kind of just gonna endure the entire trip?
We just want to actually keep an eye out to make sure that check out who else is sort of like traveling, and if we're if there's anyone else around, or if it's just ourselves. You
don't run into you really don't run into anyone as you're traveling through the Southron Hills. You don't run into anyone, although you can see plumes of smoke coming up over mountaintops and down into valleys. You can see small villages and no big towns or anything. There's really nothing here, but you can see several small villages, and I mean you pass through several, but it's just the vegetation is lush, and you can smell there's just all kinds of good scents of different herbs and flowers, and just the air is clean. It's good. It's not like being down in the Kokori Wilds, so just put it that way.
The first night we make camp, Alexander goes on one of his wonderful hunting trips.
All right. So I guess you're going to go ahead and do a tracking. Is it perception tracking or dexterity tracking?
It's dexterity.
Is it perception? All right.
One second. And I percept a bunny rabbit.
You find a rabbit. That's exactly it.
I come back with like 4 bunny rabbits on a stick. Raven, make some bunny stew. No,
What are-
elephant, bunny stew.
What are those pigs called? Those little pigs with the rabbit face, like the half pig, half rabbit. What the heck are those called?
Jackalope?
No, I don't.
They're
I don't
half
think
pig,
so.
half deer.
Nugs? No.
What are you talking
I think they are nukes. I
In
think they
Dragon
are.
Age,
Yeah.
there's nugs, I think it is, because you
Nogs?
get like an accolade if you collect so many of them when you're actually in Ozamar. I think they're called nugs. It's like Nug
I think-
Hunter, I think, is the achievement you get. So I think,
I
it
think
must be
they're
nugs.
nogs or some shit like
No,
that.
something like that anyway.
Yeah. Let me look that up real quick because I've kind of been wondering about that, and it's in that the Esoterica volumes of Thetis, the player made ones. It's in the bestiary. I'm gonna pull that up real quick. I just
It's a nug.
kind of want. Is it a nug?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are actually pretty creepy. And I'll,
Yes, they are.
yeah, there you go. Those are the nugs, guys. Half pig,
I catch a
half rabbit. They're really
Nog?
pretty creepy.
I catch a naga?
No
No.
nugs, no nagas. You could probably find some nagas in the Uncharted territories. Maybe even in the Kokari Wilds, depending on
Let's not find
how
any
far you
nugs.
go down. I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
bringing some other games into this, which I probably will anyway. Anyways, we'll continue. How? Actually, you guys can see a small herd of Brontos as well, off into the distance. But you know, they're down into like a small valley, so you guys are safe from that. But I'll tell you what, Vey, you do notice that this seems to be the conditions to possibly find some herbs, just because of the amount of vegetation in this area.
So Alexander's going herb hunting again?
Only Vey notices that. and
Well,
she hasn't
yeah,
mentioned
Vey-
anything to
Yeah.
us.
Vey notices this. Wait, hey, that's a good way to... Nice metagaming, though.
Hey, look, guys, I think we could get some resources here for maybe some potions and such.
Okay.
Some magic shrooms. Let's go get them.
As you guys are starting
Or
to
that.
dismount, actually, right in front of your horse, actually, which is startled, jets a holla, jets right by Crow, right in front of you. We'll get back to that in a second.
Holla!
Holla!
Those are those elven deer things that pull carts. Or am I thinking something else?
Those are the, like, I want to say antelope / deer type of. I think they're like a ghostly white.
Yeah. They're very rare.
Yeah, one just jets right by you. Almost,
Okay.
actually, almost clipping the head of your horse.
Drunk! Stop running away from me! Stop running into my horse!
All right, Miss
I
Vey,
yell at it like an angry old man.
our little chinchilla, our group chinchilla. What are you doing?
Chillivax.
Holla!
I'm gonna gather herbs.
With an H, people.
Yes, herbs.
You're like herbs. All right, would you like to give me a? I believe it's cunning. Natural, is it? Cunning natural, I think it is. Wow.
Cunning
You-
natural law, are you meaning?
Yeah, cunning natural lore or whatever it is. You have that? I'm sure you probably have that, Vey, don't you? No, it doesn't look like it.
Normally, I would, but no.
I bet you'll have that by the time you level next time, and you get another ability focus point. I bet you'll have that maybe next time.
I was going to start with it, but you don't get too many of those focuses. with this system.
You do not. You're able to find several bunches of. I mean, you didn't have too bad of a roll, but it wasn't too good either. It sort of looked like one of my attack rolls from last week. But you're able to find a couple. You notice them as elf roots.
All right, there, fruit.
Score.
And I know what to do with that.
You do. You know that you can literally chew on them, and you can basically heal yourself, or you can actually brew them into potions. You know that that's one of the components for brewing potions, healing potions, that is.
Can I do this as well?
All right. Please feel free to give me a roll. And you find 3 bundles of that. Oh, elephane. You get the sniff on your nature check. You can actually smell something that this is something that you have not smelled in quite a while, and you actually get a scent, and you can travel about. You have to travel about 20 to 30 yards, but in some moss, you actually find some philanderous, which philanderous is components of making poisons. Not the most lethal of the roots, but it's definitely pretty potent.
Sweet.
So elephant becomes philanderous.
Yep.
Sorry, it's just the other meaning of philanderous. Never mind.
Oh, hello. Is this thing on? Hello.
Alexander wants to make it one of those checks as well.
All right.
He wants to go look for her.
The creature bolts right in front of you, and you're looking for herbs, so go ahead and roll.
14.
With a little bit of help from Vey, because even though she is more of a cunning type of class, she actually assists you, and you also find 2 bundles of elf fruit, because you have a pretty decent roll, so...
And I turn to see where the hell that deer
And you're
went.
fixing to just yank this root right out, Kanari style, and Vey's like, whoa, 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 easy killer. And she shows you how to actually trim it and actually put some back into the earth so it'll grow again. But, oh yeah, he's going down there. He's on his knees, drool's coming out, He's actually growing horns because he found something, and he's fixing to just rip this right out of the ground, and you're like...
Digging it out with his broadsword.
Yeah, you're like,
no,
whoa.
I'm not digging it out with the broadsword. I have my...
Easy killer.
I have my claymore out.
Oh my god.
Using it as a shovel.
Hey, what's up, the Dixie Normus? How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Yeah, so you find 2 bundles as well.
From the thing that gets bolted out past the horse. Is the horse spooked?
No, it's been several minutes. The creature is no longer in sight, and your horse has calmed down as well. He's a little riled, but you horse talked him. You whispered in his ear a little bit.
I pat him behind the ear and say, "Good boy."
I'll take care of you when you get back to the farm. I promise.
I bring you some carrots.
Oh dear lord.
I bring
Well, he
you
is
some
a
carrots.
Canori.
Are we in the Philippines? I mean, no, we're in Ferelden.
Ship you off to the glue factory when you get older, Mr. Horse.
Wow.
The Dixie Normus. I like
I
that.
did.
Cut
So
the
are you
silence
trying to
of the blade.
track whatever that thing was, or but?
Well,
I
I'm
would
not
track
saying
it.
it's
Yeah, I'm gonna
enormous,
track
sir.
it.
I'm just
gonna
saying the
track that
Dixie
thing
Normus.
for a few minutes. If I can't find it, I'm just gonna continue.
David, what time of day is it now, please?
It's starting to become. It's getting late. This is definitely the worst part of the travel is pretty much now done. So you've basically ascended up the top of the hills, and now it's basically it's easy travel to the west road now. It's going to take another day. So
I turn to Elephant and say, this appears to be more your kind of environment. Can you spot a good place for us to maybe set up camp for the evening?
Yeah, I can do that.
I want to see if I can track that big deer thing for a few steps. Just trying
Sure.
to see which way it went and whatnot.
Give me
I
a
rolled
tracking.
12 on that.
You it has such long strides, and in fact, it doesn't even. It just basically hops, and you're able to follow it for about 20
30
yards,
steps.
and then that's it. It's gone. Thanks for fucking that up, by the way. I'm glad you found your herbs, though.
Yep.
No, I'm just playing with you, dude. Nah, it wasn't anything. Oh, I need some more to drink here pretty soon, guys.
Here, have some of mine.
I wish. Zombie apocalypse needs to happen, Vay. I'm telling you.
Oh, I've
Alright.
been predicting that for years.
I will find a suitable place to camp for the night.
All right. Well,
Whilst Elephant's finding a place, do we notice any signs, like maybe light or smoke or anything of like any other possible camps around or anything, or do we appear to be completely alone?
you had seen several, a couple several hours ago, but they're back. Back towards the east.
Okay, so nothing nearby or anything.
No,
Okay.
no.
I just wanted to make sure that we don't have unwanted neighbours, that's all.
No, you're able to find a very shallow cave. You're able to find a cave. Nothing in it. I mean, there's no, it doesn't go in very far. It's just several rocks piled on top of each other, basically on one of the sides of the hills. So you actually have some pretty nice shelter for the night.
I'll take first watch, and I pull my brand spanking new crossbow out, and I just kind of walk around like a soldier would, back and forth in front of the cave, and see into the animals.
Oh, don't do that.
I'm not going to hurt them.
Rum and Coke.
And
Nice,
ask if
Dixie.
Elephant can maybe get to a position of, a good position to observe everything, and just keep an eye out as well. As I kind of glance towards the canary, kind of grumbling and striding and stamping around everywhere.
You can hear some pretty during the night. I mean, the night's uneventful. You're able to cook. You get your rabbit, cooked up pretty good. Crow. You actually do a pretty good job with it. Everybody enjoys it. That's if they eat it.
No one's getting food poisoning tonight.
And as it is, the fire's starting to dim down a little bit. It's losing a lot of the flames. Although you can still feel heat, it is starting to get a little chilly at night. But you can hear some weird sounds off into the distance.
Okay.
But that's about it.
How weird.
You hear, how weird. You're
Yeah,
not too
how
sure.
weird.
It doesn't sound like an animal. You're thinking it could be some type of dark spawn.
Darkspawn are mating again in the forest. Ugh.
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Alexander creeps in for a better look.
Alexander finds 2 brood mothers. Alexander runs.
That's the next battle map. I mean,
Breeding brood mothers?
I'll fix these guys. I'll get some good rolls tonight.
A good roll of brood mother would party wipe us all, just one good roll.
You guys are gonna run into High Shaman Sankasag.
Well, unlike other people, we would actually have a nice conversation with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not gonna sneak attack on the first possible chance that you have, huh?
Nope.
All
We're
right.
gonna get all his magic items first, then we're gonna cave the rumen on his head.
No, we would take the magical items, thank him very much for his business, and exit, and allow him to do his little ceremony.
Yep.
And if it works, it wasn't us.
So it was a uneventful night.
It was. Morning comes. It's quite a bit of precipitation. Well, it's basically just moisture in the morning. You're able to get everything stowed away.